I think we all know that there's something wrong with manliness in our society today. So if you're looking to figure out what true manhood is, stay tuned because we're going to be talking to Dave DiNuzzo from TrueManhood.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Catholic Link. I'm Drew Taylor talking to Dave DiNuzzo from TrueManhood.com, and we are going to dive into, man, what is manliness? What is true manhood in this episode? If you're new, please hit subscribe. Share this video with a friend. I can't understate how much you could affect someone's life by just sending them this video. So, Dave, we're continuing this video series on manliness. What is the problem with manliness today? What's the big deal?
Great question. And thanks again for having me. Man, where to even begin on this topic? So there's so many problems in our world. And I really, in a way, I believe that where the man goes, so goes the culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to where the family goes, so goes the culture.
Yeah.
But ideally, we have males. Okay. So the male gender, that we are actually living as a man, as men. And there's a big difference. I'm either being a man or I'm being a child. I'm being a boy.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in the world where we see lots of grown males that are not living like men.
Yeah.
And it's because I think of a lot of different things. So there's a definition of what the world believes is manly. And it's a term that I coined years and years ago. And it's actually morphed and it's actually changed. When I founded True Manhood in 2008, I was watching and I was looking at what is the culture saying about masculinity.
Yep.
At the time, I came up with this term cultural manliness. And the definition of it is that the more power, money, sex, and stuff that a man consumes, the more manly he is.
Yeah.
So again, the more power, money, sex, and stuff that I consume, the more manly I am. It's like how much stuff can I just get for myself? Okay, so power, money, sex, and stuff. We understand all these. Well, what's actually occurred in the culture is that those things have changed.
How so?
Well, when we look at between 2008 and 2021, the landscape of the world is so different.
Yeah.
The things that used to be a giant stumbling block for men have certain things have just seemed to go away.
Yeah. But
some things have grown exponentially. So one of the big ones is our pornified culture. And I think we're going to do that on another video.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned. Make sure you come back for that video as well. But when a male doesn't know who he is or what he was created for, we're going to have problems.
Yep.
And I really think overall that's what we're dealing with in the world is the things that are childish that a boy would do are being praised. And now there's even the confusion of, wait, females don't have to be female.
Mm-hmm.
They can do what boys can do. Well, we want boys, adolescent children to do boy things.
Yeah.
Like my son, he's probably out jumping on a trampoline, riding a skateboard, jumping off of something.
He's jumping off the top into the pool.
Yeah, he's being a boy. And he's 10.
Yeah.
And that's what we want him to do. We want him to be wild. We want him to be full throttle. We want him to be wide open. But in that, I don't want him to stay and doing the things a 10-year-old does when he's 20 and 30 and 40.
Yeah.
We want him to do what a man does. And so in the process, I'm trying to teach him that.
Yeah.
But what we're missing in the world, and maybe this is a whole nother topic as well, is just fathers.
Yeah.
Manly examples. Mm-hmm. See, in our culture, the idea of manliness, as soon as it's said, it's so off-putting to so many people because they have it wrong.
Yeah.
They don't know what manliness is. So it's become a bad word. So it's kind of gets all jumbled up and people don't know what to do with it.
So I want to pull on this thread a little bit and kind of see where it goes. Why do we need boys to step up to be men? Like what is the delineation and why does our society need that versus the childishness of boys?
Great question. I think the answer really exists in the understanding of chaos versus order. the world was created in a way that it works in an ordered, proper way. Things occur the way they occur.
Yeah.
It was made in that beautiful, intelligent way of just take a seed, goes down in the dirt, there's nutrients, the rain, the sun, the plant, the photosynthesis. This is not random.
Yeah.
If the world was chaotic, that would never occur the same way. Or maybe it would, but it wouldn't be able to be a process of order. So when we talk about this and when it comes to what a boy does versus what a man does, we need a man to do things that a man does, like lead, like be a leader, but a servant leader. This is what Christ exemplifies for us. It just all comes back to what Jesus does every single time. Blessed be Jesus Christ, true God and true man. He is the model. So we want to do what Jesus does. When it comes to the other things that a man does is I was created, if I'm not going to give myself to the church as a priest to be completely self-sacrificing, then I'm called to give myself completely in a self-sacrificial way to my wife and for us to raise and educate and love our children. Yeah. And so that process, which is the whole point of covenant and of love and the scripture stories and ultimately of heaven, that's what I'm called to do as a man. So when we have boys, they're allowed to do manly things and it's under a facade. It's this chaotic facade. Yeah. That, well, I could impregnate somebody. Yeah. Doesn't have to be my wife. Well, but that's chaotic and that's problematic. And so people start to get really touchy. Yeah. They're like, well, what about this person I know? What about my dad this way? What about, my teachers? It doesn't matter what's happening. There's a right way and a wrong way. So when a boy is just living this chaotic lifestyle, if that transitions into adulthood and he's just an adult boy, people are going to get hurt. Yeah. And it's going to be chaotic. And the order of how things are supposed to go, it's just going to be out of whack.
So I want to touch on a little bit in relation to the church and the Catholic Church. So it seems like to me, as I look back, we have had a lot of women who have been in the parish, like kind of running and helping run the church, and praise God for you women that are out there that are like holding the fort together. But why do we need masculinity in the church and in our faith and in our family? Maybe that was a lot of like a question to ask, but like, I don't know, talk about the masculinity when it comes to the faith in the church.
Sure. If we don't have men, again, we're called to be fathers, whether it's the priest who's called to be a father to his spiritual children, or a whole group of men that are fathers. If we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, there will be holes, there will be gaps. And when there are holes and gaps, people lose their identities, people lose their value. And when people lose their identities and their value, there's really no purpose. So they've lost their purpose. So we need for things to be ordered properly. There are certain roles that I, as a male, have been created to do. And only a male can do them. No matter how hard a woman tries, she can't be a dad. Yeah. She just can't. It's the same way. I don't have a womb. I can't be a mom. I just can't. It doesn't matter how much I want to try to do that. I just can't do it. Yeah. That's not what I was created for. And so the whole world has gotten this really out of whack. And I think it's just painful for everybody. And it's scary where people's minds have gone on this topic. But like in the parish, if we have maybe parish priest that isn't leading, that isn't self-sacrificial, his children are going to be seeing that example, and they're going to either do the wrong thing or they're just going to detach and they're going to walk away. And the reality is there that we just haven't had dads. Yeah. We're a fatherless culture.
Well, I think, and you can see when you walk into a parish and so being in the military, right? We travel a ton. We've been stationed in a lot of different places. And when you walk into a parish and you see a parish that has this shepherd, right? Either, the priest who is there, who is leading his flock, or a group of men or a group of men that are standing up there that are like dude, the gates of hell will not prevail against us, but like we need some men to stand in the gap and to be there, to serve, to love, to be like truly masculine, to help the order, all of that stuff. I don't know. Any other thoughts, kind of last thoughts on masculinity? And
I think your example of what the parish life is like is you maybe if you've moved, maybe you've gone to different parishes, or maybe you've had different priests come in and out, or different leadership. For us, my wife and I and our family, we've been parishioners at a lot of different parishes. Finally, where we are today, our parish is led by an incredible priest. Yeah. We have an incredible associate pastor. We have great men that they're living out their masculinity. Nobody's forceful. Yeah. Nobody's overbearing. This whole idea of what the culture thinks a man has to be, it's not cultural manliness. Yeah. It's not, hey, I want a whole bunch of this stuff for myself. It's actually the opposite. It's a whole bunch of men that step up. They give until our fingers bleed. Yeah. Until we're worn out. Until the blood and the sweat and the tears are actually a beautiful product.
So what would you say to a man who goes, all right, Dave, like I get what you're saying, dude. I'm on board. But when I look around, I'm the youngest dude by 30 years and there are no men that are stepping up. What do we do?
Yeah, I don't recommend you try to go it alone, because
the lone wolf.
The lone wolf. Yeah. Even, I love to compare the jobs of soldiers to what we do in the church. Even snipers aren't by themselves. They've got a spotter. Yep. So you have to find the other guy. He's there. He's there. Maybe he's not in your parish. Maybe he's at your work. Maybe he's a neighbor. Maybe he's a guy you run into at the gym. Maybe he's an old friend. Yeah. I don't know. Use your effort, use your energy to find out who that other guy is, and begin to pray, begin to make sacrifices. The church has existed and will continue to exist on the backs of those who pray and fast, those who are able to give up for their own, and in order for the good to prevail. And then when you have somebody else, you should be meeting, you should be praying, you should be living a sacramental life. There's no way around it. You've got to be living a sacramental life. So daily prayer, regular reception of the Eucharist in the state of grace, meaning you're going to confession regularly. You and he, that other guy, or maybe it's a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a small group, begin to do what no one else is willing to do. You were created for it. You can totally do this. And if you need some help, please reach out to Drew or myself. I think Drew will say this. We will link all of our connections in the description below. Come to TrueManhood.com. You can email me. You can reach out to me on socials. I can help walk you through the process. I can give you some resources. And I love to give this offer. Very few men take me up on this. I've made this offer for years and years and years. As I get older, I can say decades. And, I've made this offer that you are not alone. You might feel alone today. You might feel like I have no accountability. I have no way of going about this. Yep. You're not alone. Reach out. I will be your temporary accountability. I will be the guy that's a sounding board. I'll walk through the process with you. I am here to help. So don't make excuses.
No,
I don't have anybody. Well,
this is it.
You got me.
This is your boy. No, and I will. I'll
this
attest.
is your man.
That's what you meant. Sorry. This is, and I'll attest to that because you have helped me through that journey, and you have been an accountability partner, an accountability man for me. And so, for all of our viewers, you are not alone. If you feel like you don't have anyone in your life, pray for that person that God can put you in that life. And then if you want to set the world on fire, man, you're like a little coal, but you need other coals around you to burn hotter and hotter and hotter. If you're off on your own, then it's so easy for that to just burn out.
It'll fizzle.
Yep. And that's honestly, that's a part of why we started making these videos, is to start to reach out to people, to tell them they're not alone. There are other Catholic men out there, Catholic families, Catholic marriages that are fighting the good fight. So if that's how you feel, stay tuned. We got other episodes coming up. We're going to be talking about this stuff. Check out TrueManhood.com. leave a comment below. If this resonates with you, if you need prayers, let us know, because we will pray for you. Absolutely pray for you. Thanks, Dave, for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
And we are praying for you guys. Until next time, God bless.